Okay, prepare your ear holes for this disclaimer. You ready? While the host of FUDDBUSTERS is a lawyer, he is not your lawyer. If you pay him, maybe, either way you slice it, the video that you are about to watch is not to be construed as legal advice.
Hey guys, welcome to FUDDBUSTERS, where we work to correct myths and misconceptions in the two-way world. I'm your host, Matt LaRosiere. I'm a gun rights lawyer and an auto mechanic, and I want to talk about pistol braces. This week, you might have seen some pretty strongly worded concerns about braces from some big gun tubers. We've seen, for example, people claiming that ATF is calling 23 pistol braces shouldering devices. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the case, at least not yet. This whole thing relates back to documents ATF sent to SB Tactical back in 2018, which just turned up as a result of a FOIA request. Basically, ATF sent a notice to SB Tactical, one of the biggest names in pistol braces, complaining about their marketing. ATF alleged that SB marketed all of their braces as ATF Compliant and that they had been reviewed by the agency when SB had only actually submitted 2 designs to the ATF. Now, there's some back and forth about whether SB was told that similar designs need not be submitted for review, but that's kind of aside the point for the end result of this discussion. After this letter, SB Tactical removed that language from their products and reportedly submitted all of those designs to the ATF for classification. I'm told that ATF never got back to SB Tactical with a response on any of those firearms submitted with the new braces. All that said, let's look at the 2018 letter itself, which seems to be the source of much of this hubbub. We can see here what ATF is objecting to is SB's marketing. They do not refer to the 23 braces as shouldering devices. They do, though, say that they don't approve braces which are similar or based off shoulder stock designs. You have to be careful when you read that. There was an otherwise good article on TTAG about the issue, but on the point of similar to shoulder stocks, the author went off saying that previously approved braces were based off shoulder stocks. The question here isn't about aesthetics or corollary features. The question is, was the device, when attached to a particular firearm, designed primarily to be used in firing from the shoulder, or was it designed to be used as a stabilizing brace? The way I understand this contention is that something like simply wrapping a strap around an AK crutch stock wouldn't be okay, but if it's something designed from the beginning to be a brace, that's different. So what this letter was not a reclassification of your firing brace. What this letter was, a bloated administrative agency complaining about a company's marketing. Now, you might be saying, but those other braces were not approved, so that means they must be illegal. No, stop it. You don't have to submit firearms to ATF for approval. Manufacturers do it often when they're concerned about a particular feature of their product. They do this for some assurance that it's not an NFA item. Of course, as we learned from bump stocks and the earlier Atkins accelerator, this doesn't even mean much in the end. So no, your brace doesn't have to be approved. What it needs to be is when combined with your firearm, not designed or intended to be fired from the shoulder, but rather to aid in operation as a pistol. So if you're all freaked out about whether your pistol collection just made you a felon, I feel you. But you can rest easy, at least for right now. Now, do we have a lot to be worried about with a coming administration change? Yes. Top ATF dogs have made it painfully clear that they have their sights set on braces and unfinished receiver. But it ain't today that that's changing. All that said, there is some good news. The courts have been watching in agony as the executive branch swallows the other two whole, and are more or less begging for an excuse to dismantle several judicial theories ATF has depended on. There are a host of very good judges appointed by Trump who will now not owe an oath of fealty to the administration, eager to put an end to practices like administrative deference, which is what enabled the ATF to pursue the bump stock ban in the first place. What we should be talking about right now is the NFA itself, and how stupid the concept of SBRs and SBSs are. We'll explore this more in a later video, but for right now, it's important to remember that the NFA was originally intended to regulate handguns as strictly as machine guns. The only reason short-barreled rifles and shotguns were included in the NFA was to prevent people from simply chopping down a rifle to get the functional equivalent of a handgun. Eventually, the handgun ban was dropped from the act, but the SBR, SBS, and AOW catch-all remained. That's right. All this garbage about pistol this, SBR that, is because of a law designed to preventing you from getting around a ban that never actually existed. Now, though, we've got a Supreme Court that has recognized that handguns sit at the core of our Second Amendment right. So how does it make any sense that we can have as many of these as we want, but these come with a prison sentence if you don't get a permission slip? It doesn't. It's arbitrary, capricious, and flat out ridiculous. So let's wrap this up. Did the ATF suddenly ban pistol braces in November of 2020? Nope. FUD lore. It's important to keep abreast of what's going on and verify yourself. Spreading misinformation about what is and is not legal is how we wind up following laws that don't actually exist. We've got enough restrictions already imposed upon us. We don't need to help them make up more. That's all I've got for you guys on this topic. I'm hoping I could help out, and I hope you enjoyed this first episode of FUDDBUSTERS. I plan to be talking with you guys quite regularly and help to clear up what is and is not FUD lore in our community. I'd really appreciate likes, subscribes, follows, and all that. They'll help me out as well as make my brain release the good chemicals. Until next time, take care, and don't be a FUD.